Hello all, it's the 12th of April 2016 and it's Dan here from Essex, United Kingdom. So a few people have asked me about some fruit that they can grow in some pots. Now what I have in front of me here is a gooseberry. Now this is variety Hinnan Green, okay, which unsurprisingly has green fruit on it. Now the Latin name for gooseberry is Rebus uber crispa, for those who are interested, and you can see that this is doing very well within this sort of medium-sized pot. So well, in fact, you can see these little flowers on there, and these, all being well, should be gooseberries. So I reckon there's probably going to be a good 20 or 30 gooseberries on this plant here, despite the fact it's relatively small. See with my hand there just how small this plant actually is. Now I bought this last year from one of these budget places, Savers or Pound Stretcher or something like that, and you can see, like, from here upwards to here, this was all last year's growth, so it really has put out some good growth. Now of course, if a plant is in a pot, then you need to get all of the nutrients and the growing medium in the soil very much how it should be. So what I've got here is a mixture of good quality compost, which you can either get yourself from your own compost bins or you can purchase it, some well rotted horse manure mixed in, some fish blood and bone, and a little bit of calcified seaweed, and I think I also put a little bit of coffee ground into this, and as you could see, it's rewarded me by putting out some very strong growth. Now of course you need to make sure that you water them at regular intervals when they are in pots, because they dry out very quickly, particularly in the summer. So there are reasons why people would want to grow fruit in bushes. One reason would be maybe that they don't have a big enough garden to put plants into. They may have a small courtyard garden or something like that. They may wish to experiment by putting plants in pots. Of course, if you rent your property and you think you might be moving in a short time, you might wish to put them in pots so you can take the plants with you. And of course, some people are too unwell to be able to reach down to the ground, and of course something like this you could put on a platform, on a bench, and you could tend your own plants and harvest your own fruit. Now with regards to varieties, Hinnan Green is quite a famous variety, but this does have spines, so you need to take care there. And there are varieties, I mean the one that comes to mind is called Careless, unsurprisingly called Careless because it states you can be careless when picking them, because there's nothing to get your finger on, like these little spikes. So that might be one you wish to try, Careless, if you want one without spines. So Hinnan Green, and we've got another Hinnan Green here. Now this is a Hinnan Red, not quite as advanced as the green, but that must be because this part of the garden is probably a little bit more shaded. And we've got another Hinnan so Hinnan Red here, and Hinnan Red here. I bought two of each on the same day from the budget place, and these Hinnan Reds are in the same growing medium as I described earlier. So I've got some gooseberries here. These are in the ground. Not sure what varieties these are, but every year these fruit very heavily. They've been cut back hard in the winter period, because gooseberries can get a bit carried away with themselves. This was one that was layered, and this is another one here. Now these haven't put out any flowers yet, probably because they're a little bit behind the ones in the pots, due to the fact that this part of the garden does not get as much sun as where the potted gooseberries are. Okay, so with regards to what pot to put your potted gooseberries in, now this is a 30 litre pot, okay? You can purchase these on well, basically anywhere, Amazon, eBay I believe. Probably eBay I would say would be a good place to get these. Just put in 30-litre pots and you can see what you get. Got handles as well so you can carry them, and of course a gooseberry plant will sit happily in one of these for a few years. You will eventually have to change the compost, of course, but it will be able to put its roots down. And if you want to help it a little bit more with regards to drainage, you can put some stones in the bottom and that sort of thing, a bit of clay, and you can even put the pot on some bricks to further assist with drainage. Okay, I hope that's been helpful, and if there's any questions on growing gooseberries in pots, please let me know. All the best and take care.